doesn't matter, really. I don't care about the cake.
Well, I don't care about the cake either. The goon who did it makes me want to spit. Why don't you go look at some more? Why don't you poke around in a little bit more? Maybe I have a bazooka underneath the doily.
Wanda, take it easy. Hey, Wanda, come here. What's going on?
Well, just look at that cake. They took your dessert and they were having bayonet practice in there.
Leanne. Why are you here by yourself? Is she okay?
Well, that depends on what you call okay.
What does that mean?
Well, Jason, I think that there's maybe something going on with Leanne and the Buchanans.
What?
Well, didn't she say anything to you?
No, she didn't say anything to me.
Well, if she won't, then I will.
Oh, hi, darling.
Not even the food in your own restaurant's not exactly great advertising, huh?
Oh, if the success of this hotel depended on my appetite lately, I think I'd go out of business.
Yeah, I know you haven't been too happy since...
No, go on and say it. I haven't been too happy since the anticipated proclamation.
That Blair is gonna have a baby.
With Asa. That's what's so painful. Because when I was with Asa, I never gave him a child, as he so delights in telling me now.
Renee, maybe you have to stop telling yourself.
Darling, my sense of failure grows each day that Blair is pregnant.
Renee, come on. You cannot blame yourself. You can't blame yourself for not having Ace's children. Come on, it's not your fault.
Tina, darling, you don't have to be wrong to fail. You just have to fail. That is what makes it so very painful.
Renee, there's something really important I want to tell you about this pregnancy with Blair. The truth of the whole thing is
well, look
that
who's
Blair...
here. Sharing a nice friendly lunch together. Mind if I join you? Not interrupting anything too important, am I?
Thought that on our first night back together, we'd spend it taking turns watching over Suede.
Well, it had to be watched. That wound's infected, you know.
Yeah, he had to be watched.
You know what I wish?
No, what do you wish?
I wish that when I opened my eyes again, this would all be a bad dream. And we'd be back in Landview, together.
We can make that come true. You know how it is, whenever we start dreaming in harmony, nothing can stop us.
One life to...
Well, I guess I haven't been dreaming it all up. We're still here.
All but one of us. The one that's dead.
Max, you got a set of mighty fine shoulders. Just because they're big and broad doesn't mean you can carry everything in the world on them.
I'm the one that killed Jim Byrne.
But listen, Max, I mean, he was trying to kill me. He tried to kill Swade, and then he tried to make it look like it was some kind of sick replay of Deborah's murder. And then he came after you. It wasn't your fault.
Could have explained that to the local cops and courts.
I will. I'd be proud to, too. Because I know that Max Holden is no killer. And I know what's really inside of him.
You do?
Yes.
You really do know, don't you?
Luna! Luna!
Swade? Here, you better lie back and quit moving around.
You gotta get out of here. The weather's cleared. Just get across to the mainland and take off. This place is gonna be raining cops as soon as they figure out Chief Verne is missing. You and Max just get over there and leave.
And what about you?
I got a clipped wing. Just get me to them across the channel and I'll take care of myself.
If you think for 1 minute I'm gonna waltz out of here without you, you are crazy.
You got to, Luna. Look, I've put you through enough hell as it is. Thank God you're alive. If Verne had done anything to you...
Maybe if you had told us what was going on when you first got to Serenity Springs, then maybe we wouldn't have had to go through all this.
Okay, we're not gonna have this conversation again. Right now, it's over, okay?
Fine.
The main thing we need to do is get him across that water and get him to see somebody because it's infected even worse.
Good, good. We'll get him to a hospital. Doctors, medication, cops.
Did I say anything about hospital? I don't recall that I did. I just think that we can get him to a nurse, and I happen to know of one that can look at that wound and maybe get him some antibiotics.
Who?
Naomi Hill, you remember? Swade, you told me she was a nurse, right?
Yeah. I also told you that her nephew George was a friend of mine. Was. Before Verne's men beat him almost to death and told him they'd finish the job if he ever talked to me again. Naomi'd never let me in her door.
Well, then I'm going to have to convince her then.
You interrupting? Oh, never. You don't interrupt. You manipulate, you destroy, but you never interrupt. But please make yourself comfortable. I'll make myself scarce. I'll talk to you later.
No,
Tina.
Renee, wait a second. Come on, please. We have to find some way for you to bury the hatchet here.
How about right between his eyes?
Okay, fine. Just sit down, okay? Just sit down. Let's find some relaxed, easy way to deal with this, to push the...
Tina, this person is responsible for the demolition of my marriage.
Hey, that's not true.
Who told you that? A little birdie?
Kane told me that he had nothing to do with you and Asa breaking up.
And that's not all. Leanne was talking to Vicky not once, but a whole bunch of times, and they didn't just do it in the restaurant. Went up to your room.
Well, Leanne told me that Vicky offered to let her see Duke.
What does that mean?
I told her not to trust Vicky. I told her not to trust any of the Buchanans. I mean, if anybody in Lambview knows Leanne does it, you can't trust the stunts the Buchanans pull. She's paid the price.
Well, you didn't exactly get a free ride yourself, you know.
Did Vicky show up with Duke?
Did I saw?
I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, really? Then can you tell me exactly why Leanne and Kevin were yucking it up in my restaurant this morning? Ha, ha, ha. Ooh, ooh, ah.
What the hell was Kevin doing there?
Well, maybe you're about to find out. Hi. Hi. Hi.
You're doing a lot of smiling lately. huh?
You'll excuse me, please. I'll see you later. I think you have a lot to talk
Yeah,
about.
thanks for the cake, Aunt Wanda.
Excuse me.
Listen, are you okay?
Then better.
Well, what's wrong with you?
Well, I'm in jail, Leanne. That's my excuse. What's wrong with you?
My love, my lotus, my jewel. If you could only tell me what's wrong, I'd give anything in this world to make you happy.
Oh, darling.
Oh, Mrs. Hesser, I'm ready for today's lesson.
Oh, to hear you spontaneously pledging yourself to me. Do you have any idea how much that means? I have a surprise for you. You are going to be the gangland leader at a Halloween party in Atlantic City in one short week.
No, that's impossible. You said I had at least a month before my public appearance.
No, this is one opportunity that we just can't afford to pass up. You see, it's a party with out-of-town hired guns from the mob. It's a gambling party. It's at Ivana's in Atlantic City.
Hired guns, a mob. Are you sure we're invited? Well, what I mean to say is I still need more practice, especially with the personal aspects of Carlo's character. Could we postpone my debut? Next spring would be perfect. Does it summer? A year from Christmas?
Mortimer, I am absolutely ecstatic that you finally recognize how crucial understanding Carlo's internal makeup really is. And if you can cultivate that animal magnetism that so typified Carlo, you will be able to control everyone around you. But in the meantime, you're going to Atlantic City.
Mrs. Hesser, I must protest
Will
this
you
kind of...
stop with that upper register voice? Now,
Mrs.
what
Hesser,
is
I
it?
must protest
Now,
this
this
kind of
Halloween
behavior.
party is absolutely a perfect warm-up for the gangster ball because Moose Morgan isn't going to be there and neither are any of the other kingpins from the mob. And so if you have a falter, your faux pas won't be fatal. And if you don't, if you are dazzlingly Carlo, like I know you can be, well, any questions?
One, is there any possibility of Renee Buchanan being present at this party?
Anything's possible. Why?
Miss Buchanan knew Carlo so well. What if she should see me? Even worse, that she should see through me. No, I definitely shouldn't go. It'll be absolute utter disaster.
I am going to make you so much like Carlo that you'll fool even Renee Buchanan. Renee had a soft spot for Carlo at one point.
Really?
Yes, really.
Then lead the way, and I shall follow. You know, becoming Carlo Hesser means a great deal to me. In fact, it means everything.
Leanne, tell me the truth.
I cannot believe you're grilling me like this. Just because Wanda saw me talking to Vicky, all of a sudden there's some deep, dark plot going on?
So Aunt Wanda's just being paranoid.
Yes.
And there's nothing going on between you and Vicky.
Vicky came by to tell me how my son is. You know, she is his grandmother.
And what were you talking to his father about?
What, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin. You remember Kevin? He's the one that took your baby, had us both arrested. That's why I'm here, Kevin.
I don't understand what's going on with you. What is this place doing to you?
Oh, well, it's making me want to get out. What do you think? What were you talking to Kevin about?
He came over to tell me he found Duke a new doctor and well, he wanted me to call and give the doctor some information, that's all.
Oh, well, it must have been pretty funny the way you guys were laughing.
Who told you I was laughing? Is that what Wanda came running over here to tell you?
And if she did, what's wrong with that?
Well, just she must hate me, you know, to be that suspicious.
Oh, come on, she's not suspicious. She's worried. And you know what? So am I.
About what, Jason?
Everything. I'm worried about everything. Do you notice where I am? I'm in jail. I'm cut off. I'm shut up. Hell, all I get to do here is worry. And you want to know what worries me most? The idea of you going against the restraining order. If you get caught trying to see Duke, and you can kiss any chance of getting Duke back, goodbye.
are a part of my charm.
Ironic. I thought Jenny was the perfect wife until my mother dropped a bomb.
When are you going to get that your whole marriage to Jenny has been a big lie?
Okay, I made a mistake when I was 16.
Jenny was pregnant.
I can't let the past destroy our marriage.
Her lies made me feel like a fool.
I love you. Don't leave.
I don't know if I can ever forgive her.
I've got to make him understand.
Ned and Jenny is the love story over General Hospital.
Don't you trust me to do the right thing?
It depends on what you call right.
God, now you're being completely paranoid.
Wait a minute, don't I have a right to be when it comes to the Buchanans? What I don't get is why you aren't. These are the same people that tracked us down like we were animals.
Jason, you don't need to drag out the laundry list about what I've been through,
Well, what
okay?
do you need me for?
What does that have to do with anything?
I want to know. Ever since they locked me up in this joint, I feel this distance coming between us. Yeah. The Buchanans are no good for you. When are you going to learn that? When Kevin finally takes you for the big fall, which he could be doing.
Jason, what else could he possibly do to me?
He gets Vicky to dangle Duke in front of you. You go for it. They bust you for violating the restraining order. Bang! You got no chance of turning this custody thing around.
It's not going to happen because Vicky would never do that. You have to understand that she is on my side. She has been throughout this entire thing.
Leon, do you want to get Duke back?
Oh, my God, that's a ridiculous
Answer me,
question.
please. Do you want to get Duke back?
Yes.
You want you, me, and Duke to be a family?
Yes.
You gotta trust me. You can't trust Vicky. You sure as heck can't trust Kevin. Listen, I have an idea of how we can get Duke back for good.
What? How? Tell me.
Well, we're gonna have to go about it a whole new way.
Renee, why can't you understand that I am as much against Blair and Asa being married as you are?
I don't care who Ace is married to now. I'm only interested in whoever orchestrated the breakup of my marriage. I'm sitting across from the conductor.
Why do you keep blaming Cain?
For starters, because he alienated Asa from everyone in his family by reintroducing him to the corrosive joys of alcohol.
Well, the way Bo and Clint treated Asa, I'm surprised he didn't start drinking sooner.
And then he had the nerve to put poisonous thoughts in Asa about his own flesh and blood.
I told him he could not trust his sons because all they would do is think the worst of him. They don't even understand that man.
How dare you presume to judge, let alone claim that you understand a matter better than his own sons do?
Well, it seemed very clear to me at the time.
Based on what? Your interest in Asa, which had to have been self-interest since you've never been interested in anything but...
Renee.
And let's talk about that wonderful rescue of my jewelry. Remember that? I find you in my bedroom, and you claim to have just foiled an attempted robbery. True, the window was open, and we did find my jewels on the ground outside, but we never found a trace of the robber. Ah, but even then, we were so grateful to Cain, our loyal Cain, always there when you need him, and even when you don't.
He happened to have been living with you at the time.
Isn't it remarkable how eerily attuned he was to Ace and me? It was almost as if he overheard our most intimate conversations and read our mail.
Look, this is ridiculous.
Is it? I think that you went through my personal things and found those old letters from Carlo and put them exactly where you knew Asa would find them.
And what's next? Are you going to accuse me of writing these letters, Renee? Those letters were real. Now, you kept them. I didn't.
That is the truth. That was my mistake, because that was about my past. That was history. It wasn't my current affairs, but you couldn't give up with that. No, make him suspicious with those letters. No, you had to go further. You had to tamper with my diary, making it look as if I still had feelings for Carlo.
Renee, that's just not true.
You're just letting your imagination run away with you,
Oh,
Renee.
thank God that when Blair sent me packing, she sent you too.
Yeah, but I'm back now.
Oh, Tina, did you hear that? Darling, I don't see how you can allow this ferret around your family or around you. Don't you understand, darling? He is as predatory and ruthless as Blair.
You're not being fair.
Blair and I have nothing in common, Renee.
Oh, please. Of course you do. You're both putting the bite on Asa. Darling.
Again? Miss, now, I done already told you that my nephew can't help
With
you.
any information about Deborah Whitehart's murder. Now, I know that, Miss Hill, but I need your help. Can I come in, please? Now, this is an emergency. There's a man out there, and his leg has been hurt real bad, and he needs you to take a look at it right away.
Who is he?
Charlie Pruitt.
Charlie Pruitt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you expect me to let him in here? That's the man George is scared of.
Well, now, that idea, I'm afraid, was literally pounded into George by some men who worked for Jim Byrne. But Jim Byrne is dead now, so you don't have anything to worry about there.
Then why didn't you just take Pruitt to the hospital?
Well, because he's kind of wanted by the police for escaping from prison.
What'd they put him away for?
The only thing he is guilty of is being framed for the murder of his wife.
And you want George and me to get more involved in this mess? No, miss, you're gonna have to leave. Just...
I can't, Miss Hill.
Clothes fit you pretty good. You're lucky I left them back there 10 years ago.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess I owe you a couple.
For what?
Saving my life. And the bigger thing, saving Luna's. I reckon we both would have been gone if you hadn't tracked us down here.
You don't need to thank me, Charlie. I did it for her.
Well, I guess we're almost on the same side.
Yeah.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Tonight, as the candidates take the fight to the Midwest, Peter Jennings takes you to Battle Creek. How they're trying to change your mind. Watch World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
New transit.
Oprah, eating disorders, dying for the perfect body.
Miss Hill, nothing's gonna happen to you or George. Nobody saw us coming here, and they're not gonna ever know that we did, I promise.
Pruitt is a fugitive, a murderer.
If you believe what the police say.
Well, why shouldn't I believe them?
Because they lie, just like anybody else does. Maybe even worse. Why do you think innocent people are spending 20, 30 years in jail for something they never did? Because it takes the truth that long to find them and set them free. Sugar, listen to me. Do you think I would be protecting a killer? Especially somebody that killed their wife?
I don't know.
Miss Hill, you would know if you saw Charlie Pruitt and saw how bad off he is because he needs your help so desperately. And I know you being a nurse and all, you would never deny him help. I just know you never would. All right, come on in here quick. She's going to clean and dress the wound.
Luna, you are incredible. Here, why don't you take me and I'm going to see if I can hunt down a paid phone.
All right.
Let everyone land me know we're okay.
Okay. All right. You okay? All right.
All right, now, this isn't gonna be pretty. So I think you ought to wait outside.
Okay.
Not like that now.
Can I talk to him?
Wouldn't do you no good. Whoever hit him with them tire irons made sure that he would never be that man again.
George! Charlie!
Yes!
Charlie! You're looking for me! Get away! Look, I'm sorry. God, George, I know this is all my fault. I know, and I wish to God there was more that I could say than just I'm sorry.
Leave me alone. Go.
Wait. Please, you just gotta let me talk to him. At least let me try to talk to him.
I've been doing a lot of thinking here. And I'm lucky I get to do that a lot. And we're outsiders, Leanne, and I mean, to be quite honest with you, I was pretty proud of that, but it ain't working anymore. I think we need to grow up and we need to become insiders.
All right, how are we supposed to do that?
By doing what insiders do. We work hard and we play by the rules.
Oh, God, what is that going to get us, Jason? A couple of gold stars?
No, but it could get us some money, maybe a tiny little bit of respect, and maybe even get Duke back. Maybe. I've already started, you know. I'm like a model inmate here. I keep my cell clean. I practice my reading every day. With a little luck, I can get out of here early. We can get married.
We already are married. What about those vows we've exchanged, remember?
I mean, a real wedding. Flowers, people, the whole thing. I'm serious about this, Leanne. I'm serious because it's American dream time. And we can build a really solid relationship. And before you know it, we'll be in another custody hearing. I promise you, Duke will go back with you.
You really think we can do this, don't you?
Yeah, all we gotta do is work really hard. And of course, not do something crazy to jeopardize the whole thing.
Have you ever experienced anything that's both exciting and frightening at the same time?
Like a fire drill?
What were we talking about, Mortimer?
We're talking about Carlo's way of looking at a woman.
Right. His eyes would burn with a light that would penetrate to your very core. I alone truly know you, they said. One felt utterly naked in his gaze. Sometimes he would give a toast. He would lift up the glass. And then he wouldn't say a word. He'd just stare.
I thought you said his vocabulary was quite good.
It wasn't because he didn't know what to say. It's because he could say it all with a look. A look that could make a woman's knees turn to jelly and the rest of her just...
Oh, it'll be awfully difficult to master such a look. But master it, I will.
Mortimer, I am just so thrilled with you. If you need any help at all, you can count on me. I will help you every inch of the way.
No. I told you specifically, Tina, not to tell Renee that Blair was faking her pregnancy. I haven't said anything. You'd have blabbed everything.
No, I couldn't help it. Renee has been very down about this whole thing with Blair, and I just wanted to cheer her up.
Yeah, well, what did you want to do to me? Huh? Make me lose my job?
What is the big deal?
The big deal is that this information is very explosive if it's not handled just right.
Well, I don't see why don't you just tell Asa and get it over with?
Because, Tina, when I set off this explosion, I want to make sure that it's Blair who's damaged, not Asa, all right?
Let me ask you this. Is this another one of your little projects that you have to orchestrate very carefully?
Exactly. That's precisely it.
Uh-huh.
Tina,
I mean, what is going on? I mean, you could sound like you're the kind of creep that Renee's been talking about. Now, did you plant those love letters from Carlo? Did you orchestrate Renee's diary? Tell me, Kate, exactly how many explosions have you created in my family?
Could Carlo really affect people so dramatically by just looking at them? A glance?
Oh, it was more than a glance. It was like a head-on collision. Well, he didn't need to say anything to let you know how he felt.
Wonderful. Astonishing. You don't know how this excites me. Excuse me a moment. Thank you so much.
It's another Carlo surrendering to my charms.
Palace Restaurant. Here you are. And your waiter will be with you very shortly. Good afternoon. Steve, I just spoke with Margaret. The seafood entrees this evening will be trout almondine and lobster fra diavolo.
Very good, Miss Buchanan. Is there, anything else?
I don't think so. Thank you. Is there anything I can help you with? Is there something the matter with your eyes? Can I help?
No.
Hey! I was able to get a hold of Bob. He's going to spread the word that we're all okay.
Oh, that's good.
What are you doing waiting out here?
Well, Naomi thought it'd be better if I waited out here. Besides, I think Swade's talking to George.
Are you serious?
I'm hopeful. Maybe he can get George to come up with some of those missing parts to the White Hart murder puzzle.
You know, you're beautiful when you're hopeful. Which is practically all the time. Because you just don't give up on people so fast.
I never give up on them.
I guess you never know when things will finally come together.
Well, that's the zen of it, isn't it? The wait just makes it worth the wait.
I've been waiting 10 years to talk to you, George. But let me say my piece here.
No, leave.
Look, we've both been hurt by this thing, George. And I swear to you, no one's gonna hurt you again. Because I'm gonna find those goons that left you like this, and I'm gonna track them down, and I'm gonna make them pay. But I gotta be a free man to do that. And the only way that I'm gonna be free is if we find out who really killed Deborah.
Don't help me.
I got to. I've been in jail for 10 years, and now I finally can help you. I got the chance, and I got people behind me, and we're gonna make it all right.
Can you make this right?
No, George, I can't. I can't, George.
I think he's had enough.
No. I want to help.
I keep going back to that night, trying to figure out if there's anything that I forgot or left out. Let's see. Okay, we were drinking at Gully's. We played 3 rounds of pool. I think you won 2 of them.
I won all 3.
I never could whoop you at that game.
No.
And then you took me back to Raven Point in your boat, and you walked me home. You had to, because I was too loaded to make it on my own. Come on inside. Let's raid this place.
No. This here's where I get off. Man, my head is spinning thanks to them drinks you bought me at the bar.
The party sucks, but the food is good. Come on.
Hey, look. I work the line at White Hart Tobacco. I don't exactly socialize with the family.
There's music playing inside, but no voices.
Sounds like there ain't much happening no more.
And when I went to open the door, I found that it was locked.
Come on, let me in! Looks like they locked
Who
you
was gonna
out.
open it? I figured Deborah had already sent home her preppy playmates, all except the one she was entertaining in her bedroom. Is that the way it happened? Did I leave anything out, George?
I followed you up onto the
porch.
Coming down, I reached for the bottle we had, and I saw something.
What'd you see? Come on, George, think. What'd you see?
Reason out here, why don't you come back to my place, huh? Come on, I'll heat up a couple of frozen enchiladas. We'll finish off that bottle, play a little poker.
You always win.
Hey, tonight I'll lose.
Deal.
Then that's when I saw the thing. A suitcase. Fancy with a monogram on it.
M.W. Marcus Whitehart. Are you sure? Are you sure you saw a bag with the M.W. on it? That means Marcus was already home. At the trial, he said that he didn't get back until he came in and found me next to Deborah's body. But that was hours later. What did he really see when he first walked in that night?
Tina, don't you understand what I'm trying to do?
Yes, I do, Kane. You're trying to con me.
No, I'm trying to protect Asa. That's all I've ever done. Look, Tina, you gotta trust me on this one, all right? Because before you know it, Blair's gonna be out of the picture and I can get down to serious business.
Right. Like what?
Like getting Asa and Renee back together again.
Really? You would really do that?
I promise I would do everything I can to make sure that happens.
So that would mean that there was no way that you could have put those love letters there or put those pages from Renee's diary the way they were, right? None of that stuff, right? Kane, please say yes.
Well, honey, I told you I'm gonna make sure that they patch things up right now. What more do you want from me? Honey, look. Trust me. It is Blair I want out of Ace's life, not Renee.
Wait a minute, Leanne. Tell me,
What?
that you're not going to get yourself in trouble by rigging some plan with Vicky that she do. Promise me.
I won't.
You won't, what, you're not going to promise me?
I'm not going to see Vicky, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry if I'm hassling you. I just don't think we can take any chances.
Right. Okay, I'll see you soon, okay?
I'll be right here. I love you.
Me too.
Oh, I forgot to give Jason his donuts.
That's what you're doing here?
What?
Maybe you're just trying to find another thing to use against me, Wanda. Are you trying to break me and Jason up? I mean, is that what you really want? Oh. Look, that's what it seems like. Okay, you're saying all this garbage about me and Vicky talking? What are you doing? What else am I supposed to think?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to clear the air.
Look, let's set something straight, okay? I only want 3 things in this entire world. Just 3, Wanda. Number 1, I want Jason out of this place. Number 2, I want to get my son back. And number 3 is I want Jason, Duke, and myself to live together as a happy family. Just want to make sure that cleared things up.
Do you get the feeling we're about to start a new chapter together?
Well, the last one's finished, but the story sure isn't over yet.
Not by a long shot. In fact, I'd say we're just getting to the good part.
You won't believe what just happened in there.
I believe it.
Well, look at you hopping around here. I tell you, you look 1,000% better than you did when you came in the door. Now.
I got more than just medical help in there. I got the clue I've been waiting for the last 10 years.
From George?
That's right. All my pacing up and down in my cell, trying to remember, trying to think about who really killed Deborah. And then when I got down there thinking that I knew, everything pointed right to Vern. I mean, he tracked me down to hell and back, not to arrest me, but to murder me.
Not to mention trying to kill Luna, too.
That was a clincher. I knew if someone had gone that far to cover up the murderer's tracks, the tracks had to be his.
Well, it makes sense. If Deborah's daddy hired Jim Vern to kill her, like you said.
Vern might as well have been Whiteheart's bodyguard for all the money he took from the old man. Ugh. He would have done anything for Marcus, including kill Deborah.
Wanting his own daughter dead?
You remember when I told you how Marcus acted out at Raven Point?
Yeah.
Like the feelings he had for his daughter were kind of sick?
Well, it does make sense, though, like you said, though.
Then it's not hard to picture Marcus jealous enough to have Deborah killed when he was out of town on business.
Wait a minute. What did George tell you?
George remembered seeing Marcus's suitcase that night.
So what?
So it was on the porch while I was locked out of my house. Meaning Marcus was inside way before I ever got in there. And that changes things. Maybe Vern didn't kill Deborah. Maybe Marcus got home early enough to find Deborah in the sack with her rich preppy boy, flew off the handle, and killed her himself.
And then the good soldier Vern comes in to cover everything up and railroad you. Now, what do you think, Luna?
Well, I think it rings true. In fact, I think it sounds so good, we got another problem altogether here.
What's that?
Proving it.
Tiffany makes an unexpected announcement next on General Hospital.